You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
From Los Angeles, California, and Maria Menounos, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV Spotlight On. Spotlight On is a long-form interview series featuring actors and TV personalities. And now, from the world's #1 TV after-show platform, this is AFTERBUZZ TV Spotlight On.
Hey guys, we're back with a new installment of Spotlight On. I'm your host, Kelly McInerney. I'm here with my awesome co-host.
Hey guys, I'm Joyce Ajuri.
Yeah, and we're here with a special guest. You may recognize this actor from a bunch of award-winning and Emmy-nominated shows like Hatfield and McCoy's, Shameless, some awesome movies like Battle LA, and the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to Noel Fisher. Hey, Noel.
Hey, how are you?
Good, you?
That was a nice intro, thank you.
Thanks.
I feel very special.
Practiced in the car, not gonna lie.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah. So thanks for being here. How are you today? Good?
Really good. It's insanely hot. It's so hot.
Super hot.
It's crazy.
Definitely.
Yeah. Welcome to the valley.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's crazy. Well, I'm really excited to meet you.
Yeah.
I've been watching you for years. I love you on Shameless.
Oh,
It's
thank
one
you
of
so
my favorite
much.
shows. Yeah.
I got the hair right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're in
see
the
that.
zone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. But let's kind of rewind a little bit. Let's start at the beginning. You were born in Vancouver originally, right?
Yes, I'm a Canadian.
Yeah. And you started acting there. What made you jump into acting?
My parents put me and my sister into a lot of different classes growing up. I've done like just an insane amount of different classes, like jazz dance and like piano for like 8 years and circus training. Like I learned how to walk on stilts and stuff. And one of them was like a little theater program at a community college, and I really just stuck to it, and I really ended up just kind of falling in love with it and went from there.
Did you have karate classes too?
Judo.
Yeah.
Yes, judo.
Jack of all trades.
Yes, I'm an amazing yellow belt in judo.
I'm a yellow belt in
dangerous.
Taekwondo. I'm very proud of that.
My high school team had a judo team. We didn't have a football team. We had a judo team. Random.
Really?
Yeah. That art schools. Yeah. What was the first big job that you booked though?
The first big one?
Yeah.
I think probably the one that really helped, especially open the doors here in Los Angeles, was a Showtime series called Huff with Hank Azaria, and
cool.
it's a little while ago. But I had just a really small part. I had one scene in it. And it was a really hardcore scene. I ended up shooting myself in the head at the end of it. It's not. It didn't have a laugh track or anything. It wasn't like a happy
way.
scene.
No.
But it was just really beautiful writing, and I really got to kind of sink my teeth into that, and that really kind of, I think, springboarded a little bit.
Yeah, and that's how you kind of got into like the darker roles, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Kinda, you don't, not a whole lot much darker than killing yourself. It's just,
Yeah.
What's it like emotionally for roles like that? I mean, to prepare for a scene like that? Because I know a lot of actors that go through scenes like that, they kind of feel it afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of time to decompress from that. It's a weird way of having an outlet. Like being able to just go nuts and like let yourself sob or do where get your head spinning out into wherever you need to go, and then get taken the next day if you can to just kind of sit and just breathe
like
for
that.
a little bit.
Just feel like, okay, it's okay, it was just acting.
Watch some sitcoms or something and be like, okay, we can laugh
sure.
now.
Veg out, yeah. Awesome. Was the transition from Canada to LA easy with acting, or?
I wouldn't say easy. No, I did. I did a lot of back and forth between Canada. I know the I-5 freeway really well, and I have slept in truck stops before. Just in my car. Not a good idea.
Yeah.
It was not good.
But it got you here.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah, it was. It's
all worth it.
It's been worth it. It was definitely one of those ones that you keep trying and trying and trying, and then eventually it kind of cracks open.
I heard you still have your car. Is that the same car that you've had for years that you drove to
Yes,
LA with?
that is indeed.
Nice.
That
Wow.
thing is a beast. It's way past like the cute old car phase. It's like that might be just a hazard.
It's the
That's
one thing you
a
just
hazard.
can't get rid of. You'll pass it on to your kids. It's like your heirloom.
What kind of
Yeah.
car is it?
It's a Honda Accord.
Oh, okay.
They go forever.
Yeah.
They just go forever. sadly it's retiring soon. It's having it won't pass smog anymore, so I have to retire it.
Oh no, it's okay.
Just have a different license. Like I have a New Jersey ID, so I don't have to do smog check.
Nice.
Find a way out. Find a way out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Quasi gray area legal. You know what I mean? Maybe not quite legal, but
Maybe.
whatever.
I don't
We'll
know.
go with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm supposed to change. That's what I'm planning. But yeah, now you're in Shameless. You're in the Mickey zone now, right?
Yes.
'Cause the hair and everything. And what's it? You just started filming season 5?
Yeah, we just started the 3rd episode of the 5th season, which is really
I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Some people are tweeting us, and someone actually hashtag, "We can't wait 6 more months."
Yeah. Like, can you tell us any spoilers or anything about it? Or?
Teasers. I mean, it's kind of all the teasers I can tell you are kind of basically wrapped up in the final episode of the last season, which is, Ian is experiencing some kind of emotional issues, and that kind of continues. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how Mickey deals with ending up being like the caretaker in a weird way, because
Yeah.
he's totally not been that before.
Yeah, like how is Mickey going to deal with Ian's illness
Yeah.
moving forward?
Yeah, exactly. Which is funny because in a weird way, I think that Mickey is oddly suited to deal with that, because he's just really he's tough, and he's with people that he loves, he latches on. He's gonna protect you. You're once you're in that circle,
You're loyal to the
Yeah.
end.
he's that kind of person.
Yeah.
So I think it could work. I hope it could work. I hope it works.
I want to know what it's like for you when you do the table reads. What are your reactions? Because Mickey's story has changed so much, and as a character, he's grown so much. So what is it like sitting there and finding out for the first time how he's progressing?
I mean, it's kind of like what I imagine the fans get to do when they watch an episode. Really, it's the same kind of feeling when everyone on set is like trying to like actively throughout the week is like, we're trying to find out, does anyone have a copy of the next episode? Does anyone have like an early draft of the next episode, so we can just go and find it and like try and read as much as we can, because we're looking forward to it as much as anybody.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we do.
That's
That sounds
awesome.
exciting.
Yeah.
I would love to be in there and just see your guys' reactions to everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of laughing at the table reads, because the show gets ridiculous.
Yeah.
It gets
Yeah.
insane and ridiculous. And then it also has those moments where, it has those really gut-wrenching scenes, and we read those, and then there's just kind of like that
I think
Awkward.
quiet
think
afterwards.
all the scenes with you and Ian in season 4 have made me cry the most.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
No, I get
you
it.
give me
I get
feels,
it.
you guys. You give me feels.
Hashtag feels.
Hashtag feels.
But they said they're one of the best gay couples or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have been noted as one of the best gay couples on TV.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty. I mean, I think it's I'm consistently impressed and kind of amazed with the writing on the show. I think it's a really talented group of writers, and they've kind of given both of those characters this really beautiful kind of arc that is unique to the show. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's been done like it before.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's
I love
awesome.
it.
It's
Yeah.
real. It's what it is.
It is. It's gritty
really
and
is.
real and just
Yeah.
messy and totally like life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I really
Yeah.
like that about Shameless.
That's what we say. I'm on the panel for Shameless, and when we did it for season 4, we talked about how it's so relatable. It's so true to reality in almost every aspect of the show.
Yeah, it's like heightened, especially some of like the comedic bits, like jumping out of windows,
Yeah,
running. You know what I mean?
yeah.
There's some heightened stuff, but like for the most part, the base kind of storylines are really universal, and everyone can kind of
Definitely.
relate to them. I think.
What's the most difficult part about acting in a gay relationship?
I mean, I don't really think much. I mean, it's kind of like any other. It's like playing any other part for me. I don't really see much of a difference. I mean, I think that, and I especially think that that's important if you're sticking to the kind of that idea that Shameless is real and it's about real life, and like there, it's like playing. It's a person. You're playing a person, and I really like how the writers approach it, because it's the same way that I approach Mickey, which is that he's not like a gay character. He's not a gay person. He's a person who happens to be gay. And there's like a funny distinction, but I think it's kind of an important one, because it's not any different than playing any other kind of character, really.
Yeah.
That's true.
And he's like a really super dark and troubled character. Like, how do you jump into that? Like, how do you get, it's like so,
It can't be as easy
seem
as just
like
flipping a switch.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the writing helps a lot. Like they get, it's right there for you, and then you kind of put yourself in that situation and try and I think everybody can relate to that experience of needing to feel hidden or some part of them they have to hide or whatever. And I think that if I just really try and imagine myself in that situation and those circumstances and thinking like if I had to do that for like the duration of my life, I would probably be really angry and I would probably have a lot of rage and frustration. And think about how much frustration happens when you're just driving in a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
if that's like the taste, and then there's like a lifetime of like something much more important and kind of integral to who you are as a person, it would build up a lot, I think. So that's kind of, it's all just, basically I just use my imagination. I never wanted to grow up, and I found a job in which I'm allowed to never grow up and
Peter
just
Pan
play
in it.
all
Peter
time.
Pan
Yeah,
it.
basically.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
No, you go on.
Well, real quick, I mean, just based off of hearing you talk in front of me and then hearing you in Shameless, I feel like your accent's a little different. Is that something you prepared for? Is that?
Yeah. Well, I think, I mean, it's South Side Chicago, so
Right.
and he's lived kind of a hard life. I wanted him to have a little bit more street, like. I'm a Vancouver.
rough and tough.
I'm from Vancouver. Like I got no street. You know what I mean? Like, that's not. I just don't have it. But I want to make sure that he does. That's not the life he's lived. He's lived a really different life, and you want to make sure that you're doing that justice for that character and people who live in that area, because it's a rough spot.
Did you spend time in the South Side to like get into the Mickey role?
Every season we go and we shoot.
And just like watch people, yeah.
Well, when we shoot there, we shoot the house, the Gallagher house. All
Yeah.
the exteriors of all the houses are on the South Side, and we hang out and it's great. Sometimes like the summer seasons, like we'll be shooting there at night, and like all the kids in the neighborhood will come out and come hang out with us and stuff.
cool.
They're awesome. It's great. It's really fun.
Yeah, cool. And did you have to film Shameless during Turtles at the same time, or?
I got really lucky actually, because the first time I auditioned for Turtles, I was they wanted to bring me in for a chemistry read with some of the other guys, and I couldn't do it because Shameless was coming up. So I kind of was like, oh man, I don't get to do that.
Yeah.
And then I shot the season of Shameless and found out that Turtles got pushed a little bit. And so I re-auditioned for it, and literally the shooting schedule worked out that I ended the Shameless the shooting, I went and did Turtles, and I came back, and I had, I think, 2 weeks of break before I went directly into the 4th season of Shameless. So it just kind of like serendipity
good.
just kicked
Yeah.
in.
Worked out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it'd be confusing to be like a funny guy and then like super dark at the same time.
Mickey and Mikey are really different.
Yeah.
I love that, Mickey and Mikey.
yeah, it's pretty funny.
That's cool.
But now you're in Turtles. You were a big fan. Were you a big fan of Ninja Turtles growing up?
Hugely, yeah.
But Donnie was your favorite, right?
Yeah. Growing up, I loved Donnie for some reason. I don't even know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was my guy. He was my guy.
Did you go into it auditioning for Donnie, or did you want to audition for him?
I think I don't even remember who I auditioned for first. It might have even been Leo, but I've auditioned for this point. I think Leo, Donnie, and Mikey. I think because it was on over a pretty big span of time, so there was different. Wanted to bring everybody in and see who fit where.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool, but not Raph. Right?
No.
It's too dark.
Funny enough, who is like the most like Mickey out of the Turtles probably, but no, I'm not. Raph's got to be a little bigger.
Yeah.
I don't have the size so much. There's only so much platforms can do for you.
And it's similar though to filming like Andy Serkis's stuff, like motion capture.
Yeah.
What was that like wearing all the? I think we have a picture of you wearing. See.
Oh yeah, that is so cool to me.
It is the strangest outfit
It's
ever.
so crazy seeing your faces. Like you're acting with your face to me in this photo.
Yeah,
It's so
well-
weird to see you in that costume.
It's very walking around in New York was pretty funny with that. But the even the better part about that was that if we were walking, this is when we were fully like going to be in front of the camera, but walking to and from set, we'd have to walk through a lot of New York.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and we had like some jackets and stuff, but we had these dots all over our face. We
Yeah.
didn't have the shells on. I was always surprised by the lack of interest by New Yorkers. Like we get, because it's New York and people
They're
kind of,
like,
you get
eh.
it. Yeah, it was kind of like, oh,
As long as they don't-
okay, you got dots on your face.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
As long as you don't bother the traffic or anything. Like remember when Will Smith had that big trailer?
Oh, right,
That caused
right.
like a big deal there.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
But it
What's
was.
it- oh.
Go ahead.
What's it like acting in something so cumbersome like that?
Well, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but
Yeah.
the shell is just foam, so it doesn't weigh really anything.
Oh, awesome.
The helmet is a little bit takes a little bit of getting used to, because you can see there's these weird look like there's mandibles. I look like an ant. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like there's these two big prong things sticking out, and especially with nunchucks, like I smoked those cameras several times. Just several times.
It's gonna happen.
I had to go to the tech guys really early on. I was like how much do these cost? Because I'm probably going to have to replace a few of these. Thankfully, that didn't happen.
Memories.
Yeah. Did you have like any nunchuck lessons or anything?
Yeah,
beforehand?
that was one of my favorite parts of the movie. We got trained by the 8711 crew with the stunt guys, who are just super badass. They're like professional badasses.
That's awesome.
And amazingly, like what they can do is like ridiculous and incredible. So they trained us for like a month. All of us got to train with our individual weapons, and we had, the specialists for, the guy who was like the best with the swords trained Leo, and the guy that was the best with the
Cool.
nunchucks trained me. And we had all this thing because we really wanted to like. I think it's important for Ninja Turtles. They got to know.
Yeah,
they got to know what they're
definitely.
doing. So we really wanted to make sure that was.
Yeah.
Did your judo experience come into that? Did it help a little bit?
No, you know what's funny is actually more than judo training. The most helpful thing I found in fight sequences is my dance training, because
that makes sense.
it's specific moves, right? It's
Yeah.
not you're not improvising anything at that point. It's about that choreographed kind of movement, so you don't end up hurting yourself or somebody.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the thing that was like most helpful.
That's cool.
Awesome. And because like they're taking your face, right, and kind of putting it on the turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see is it weird to see kind of the resemblance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super weird. But it's there. It's kind of trippy. You can see all the actors. If you look up the actors and you look at the turtles' faces, we're in there. We're for sure in there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm just a giant turtle. It's the weirdest
Yeah.
thing. I love it.
I saw an early screening and it was awesome. Like
Nice.
your jokes killed. Well, because I'm a Mikey fan.
Right.
He's my favorite. What was it like though being like the comedian? Because you're not a comedian that
It's
much.
a little bit, it's a little bit a different direction.
Yeah.
I was super fun. I mean, Mikey, it's easy when you're playing a character like Mikey, because he's just he's flippant, and
Yeah.
all these crazy situations that they're in, he's just off spouting some weirdness, you know what I mean, off somewhere, and that was really fun for me. It was nice to delve into that, and getting to do that with the other actors that played the turtles helped a lot, because they brought a lot of that energy and that vibe and that brotherly kind of like brothers rib on each other, and it was
Yeah.
definitely that kind of fun time on set. So
That's awesome.
I think that comes through.
Definitely something different for your fans to see.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's cool.
Did you guys, because you guys are brothers in the movie, did you guys kind of meet beforehand and kind of generate that bromance chemistry?
I like it. We got a bromance. I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
You know.
Yeah, we did. We met at the test for the audition test right before, and then we booked the parts. And when we we had a little dinner over at Alan Richardson's house right before we took off for New York, and it was one of those things where we just immediately hit it off. Like all four of us. They're such good guys, and we
awesome.
had that just that bond like right off the top, and it kind of I think really comes through in the movie. Like it's like they're very much having fun and being brothers, and then getting into this crazy
Just
war
makes it
with
so
the
much
foot.
more convincing and real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What are your thoughts on people's reactions to this adaptation to Ninja Turtles?
Oh man, well, there's like it's the biggest thing I've ever been a part of, so it's kind of like it's just trippy to watch. Like there's just so much of it. I think I'm really excited for people to see it. I think once you see them, because it's one thing to see 30 seconds in a trailer and have a bunch of different things spliced in, but when you see the actual characters, and the performances and the scenes take place where you're watching animals that are like, they look real, like they look like they're there.
Superhuman like.
Exactly. I think people are going to be pretty blown away. I mean, it's a big leap forward from the 90s movies, which I loved. I'm a huge fan of, but it's going to be really cool to watch. It's not going to be a puppet face anymore. It's going to be an actor's actual performance in a scene, and being able to kind of see hopefully a little bit more soul, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to get people.
Yeah.
I think. Oh.
She told me
like
that he even looks like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is crazy to me. I mean, that must be crazy for you to see.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's very strange.
I mean, would you say now that Michelangelo is your favorite, now that you brought him to life?
Yeah.
Forget
Yes.
Donatello.
Yeah, Donatello is that's like 10-year-old favorite.
Yeah. Cool. And what was how much of the stunts did you actually do? Because you know, you wore the suit and everything. Did you actually do a lot of stunts, like standing on the truck and stuff?
I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of it because I mean it's kind of a hard question to answer because it's a very physically demanding part and we all really wanted to do as much as we could, but at the same time, none of us are like we're not actually ninjas, and you know the 8711 guys, you know, are like they're legit. So for any of the really crazy stuff that you wanted, like the big fight sequences and stuff, you want to make sure that that looks just as badass as you can possibly make it. So they definitely handled they did the heavy lifting for sure.
Nice.
I'm not gonna take credit for that one.
Well, on that note, I mean, you guys were pretty much acting in motion capture the whole time, but did you have to undergo any sort of special diet or workout regimen to prepare for the film?
No, that's the great thing.
Nice.
You don't have
That
to
sounds like the dream role.
Yeah, I decided for that exact reason in New York. I was kind of like, you know what? I've always wanted to have like a mohawk. I don't have to look like anything right now. No one is going to see me in what I actually look like in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go get half my head buzzed. And
That's
I did
awesome.
a mohawk while I was in
There
New
you
York.
go.
It was fun.
Awesome.
I'm gonna say you guys were on a pizza diet.
We did
For
eat
the
a lot.
most
I mean,
part.
you're in New York. You're gonna. I mean, how
gotta.
can you not? We did have a pizza joint. We visited frequently.
Nice. What's it called?
Yeah.
What was it? It was one. It was like the closest one to us. I think it was Patsy's. I can't remember. I think it was Patsy's. It was like 3 blocks from our apartment, and we just
cool.
We just dove in there as
Awesome.
often as we could.
Watch, the sales are gonna skyrocket after these interviews.
But yeah, I saw it was so good. Like the chemistry's still there of the turtles, like the energy. I liked it. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But so you do a lot of things like movies and television. Do you have a preference between one or the other?
I don't have a preference. They're really different, and I really love the differences that I really love exploring both because, I mean, for something like Ninja Turtles, you know, it's epic. It's huge. You know, like these action sequences and like the technology that's behind making them look the way that they look and capturing those performances is like it's incredible and it's cutting edge, and getting to be a part of that is like it's really, really cool. And then I also think it's kind of the golden age of television. Like there's an endless amount of really, really good TV right now. Shameless is a good example of that, and you get to I hit my mic. You get to follow that character for years, as opposed to a movie where it's like you get an hour and a half with that character, maybe 2 hours with that character, and it's awesome. They're just really different, and there's something about watching a character grow over the course of different seasons that I think is really wonderful. So I just hope I get to continue to do both.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had it's been a good role so
Yeah.
far. I've been doing both, so I just want to continue doing
Keep
that.
on keeping it.
You
yeah.
will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You will, for sure. You've been in, you've acted in dramedies like Shameless, and now you're in this sci-fi action like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What other genres do you want to kind of get involved in and explore that you haven't done yet?
You know, I mean, Ninja Turtles is a good example of getting involved with something that you have no real experience with, other than just that. And I want to continue to kind of do that. I'd love to get involved in really anything because it's all learning. It's all a learning experience. I'd love to do straight up comedy. I'd love to do straight up horror. I'd love whatever. I would love to do like a period piece. Like I had a blast doing the Pacific. I would love to do other pieces like that. I just want to. The actors that I kind of idolize or think the world of are people that kind of really explore and do different and can do everything. And I remember growing up thinking it was really cool that who was it? Brad Pitt and Sean Penn did episodes of Friends. Or Matt Damon did an episode of Will and Grace,
They
and
branched out big time.
sitcom is a totally different kind of acting. I would love to try that more, and it's because you learn something from everything. That's kind of what I want to.
Definitely.
Are there any particular actors that you like? You mentioned Brad Pitt and Matt Damon. Are there any other actors that you kind of look up to and want to kind of mirror their career?
Oh man, there's so many good actors. Philip Seymour Hoffman is one of them. And that's a sadness that's happened recently.
Yeah.
But he's somebody that is or was just jaw-droppingly good in everything he's ever done.
Yeah.
there's a lot of them. There's a lot of good ones.
For sure.
Gosling is another one. McAvoy is. I love
great.
McAvoy. McAvoy
Yeah.
is so good.
He's
in
like
everything he
surprising
does.
too. Like you don't expect. I don't know.
He really is.
he's low
like
key.
a chameleon.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
He can
much
do
so.
very well in any role. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that just slips into whatever character you want him to do, and he does it pitch perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you play like a variety of complex characters, like from Cotton Top and Hatfield McCoy's and Mickey. Even Ninja Turtles, kind of like he's kind of complex. He's
There's a lot
epic.
of layers there.
Yeah. There's.
Yeah.
What makes you choose these types of characters?
I just try and choose things that are going to be challenging and are interesting to me. Like Cotton Top is a good example of a character that I like is just so that someone in that situation with that kind of challenge is
Yeah.
that's just endlessly fascinating to me, and kind of figuring out how that person deals and copes with the world that they're in. That's really interesting to me. I want to just kind of, that's how I do it. I just try to, something that's going to be pique my interest.
Yeah. And he was a real person, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Playing a real what was that like, playing somebody that
It was really cool. Sad because
Yeah.
that's actually how that ends for him, or that ended for him. There's a place. I think that it's like a place you can go and read about. It's kind of like a outside museum-esque for where that actually happened. And
Oh, cool.
It's so there's some sadness in there because it's a bit of a tragic story.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really interesting getting to play somebody who is a real person.
Awesome, yeah. And do you have any advice for any aspiring actors that want to kind of do what you do?
Oh man, I always feel nervous about that question. I gotta have good advice. I don't want to have bad advice.
Or what's the best advice you've heard? How about?
There's a really good. There's a book that has been totally integral to me, and kind of my journey, my creative journey, if you want to call it, and that's The War of Art. I think it's by Stephen Pressfield. Not The Art of War, but The War of Art, and
Okay.
it's a really simple meat and potatoes look at just what it takes to put your heart and soul into something, and you can apply it to anything. Like if you want a six-pack, or you want to learn piano, or whatever you want to be the best car salesman ever. It doesn't matter what you're attempting to do. It's just about kind of what it takes to kind of do that.
Cool.
So that's what I would say. Everybody in the world should look at that book, according to Noel. That's my advice.
Sounds like good advice.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of Twitter questions. Did you want to jump into those?
Yeah. Do you want to say the few that you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we asked a few people on Twitter to
Nice.
bring in some questions for you. First of all, a couple people asked me, what are some of your favorite memories and moments on the set of Shameless?
Oh man, there's been a lot. The Chicago trips are always really fun. Getting to go out there and hang out after work and go to Chicago. Chicago has great restaurants, so getting to go out and
Yeah.
have some seafood or whatever afterwards. That's really fun. Yeah, I mean that's probably I would say Chicago trips is probably
Yeah.
that's my answer. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Even when it's right after the polar vortex.
Oh my God!
Like last year.
I can't imagine what it would be like to film
It
in
was
that
crazy.
time.
So cold.
It was crazy.
Freezing.
I always tell this story that I had the scene where I'm outside with Ian, and I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" Like 1 minute you're right after he puts the knife up to Kenyatta's throat, and we have that thing outside where I'm freaking like, what's going on? And they're shooting that scene in Chicago. I've never been that cold. My mouth stopped working.
Oh, no.
Like it got numb, and like I couldn't like enunciate. It was the weirdest thing. So yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Chicago peeps are tough.
Yeah.
That's what I got out of that
But
one.
it's a good city in the warm when it gets warm out.
It
Like,
really. Oh man,
yeah.
I love it. It's
Must
a
be beautiful.
yeah, I'm really happy. This season's the summer season, so I'm gonna get to go back and hang out. Chicago summertime. It's
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
cool.
Well, thanks so much for being here, Noel. It was super awesome having you. Where can the fans find you on the internet?
Twitter and Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram.
What's your handles?
At Noel_Fisher. I have underscore in there for some reason.
Yeah.
It just happened.
It's all good.
Awesome. And Joyce, what about you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at JAzuri, and yeah, that's it.
And I'm Kelly McInerney. You could find me at Holly Weirdo on Instagram and Twitter.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like that.
Kelly McInerney was taken, but yeah. And check out Noel if you're a big fan of him. Check out him on his upcoming interviews on schmoesknow.com and anatomyofamovie.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on August 8th. It's awesome. Woo!
Woo!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.